It's evening and you're in your home when you hear a sudden knock at the door. You hear the soft voice of a child. The child sounds scared, begging for help, insisting that they need to be let inside. Peering out of the peephole, you see a child, small, non-threatening, but with their head pointed down. You cannot see their face. So you open the door, and you feel an overwhelming sense of dread. "Please, I need to come in," the child frantically repeats, with their head still looking down. It's a strange sight, but it is a child after all, and they seem to need help. So how risky could it be to allow a strange child into your home? It is only then when the child will look upon you, staring deeply into you with its pitch-black, soulless eyes. They are known as the black-eyed children, and many people have had these encounters with them. But what exactly are they, and what do they seek? This is the topic of today's video. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, or you may just hear a knock at your door. They may appear at your door on a late night. You may even see them approach your car. They might appear to need help, or they might stand still for no reason at all. But once you look upon their face, you will see their black, haunting eyes. For several years, there have been numerous stories of people encountering these children. They range from ages 6 to 16. They have also been seen attempting to hitchhike and panhandle. At first glance, they appear normal. Sometimes their attire is a bit outdated, and in extremely unusual instances, people have encountered them with talon-like feet. Black-eyed children are believed to be paranormal creatures, but no one knows where or how these creatures appeared. But there are quite a few theories. Some believe that the black-eyed children are aliens trying to reach out to their Earth, while demonologists believe they are children of demons or Lucifer himself, and if you let them in, you are allowing the devil to enter your life. Some ghost hunters believe that they are ghosts or even vampires, as they need permission to be allowed in, a trait vampires share. There have been many encounters since the 1980s, but the most detailed report came in 1996 in a post written by a Texas reporter named Brian Bethel, where he wrote about 2 encounters with the black-eyed children. In Bethel's report, he described one encounter taking place in the late evening out in his vehicle. He had stopped in a parking lot near a movie theater to write a check. He was so absorbed in this that he didn't notice 2 young boys approaching his car. He didn't notice until the older boy tapped the driver's side window. Bethel rolled down his window and noted immediately a soul-racking fear, though he didn't understand why. The older boy said that he and his brother wanted to catch a movie but had forgotten their money at home, and asked if Bethel could give them a ride. They assured him that it wouldn't take long, and they were just 2 kids, and they didn't have a gun. Bethel found these assurances unnerving, and noted that the last showing of the film they wanted to see had already started, and would be nearly over by the time he could drive them anywhere and get back. In his recount of the incident, he stated that when he broke eye contact with them, his fear became all-encompassing, and it wasn't until he broke eye contact that their eyes became completely blacked out. The older boy began to get frustrated when Bethel made excuses for not giving them a ride and said that they couldn't get into the car unless Bethel said it was okay. After that, Bethel tore out of the parking lot, and to this day he still stands by his story. Another reported encounter was in the middle of nowhere in Vermont on a snowy night. An elderly couple heard the sound of 3 loud knocks on the door. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy and a girl. "Parents will be here soon. May we come in?" The children did not make eye contact and just stood there in the doorway. The elderly couple were hesitant, but after a while they let the boy and girl inside. The kids settled on the couch while the wife made some hot cocoa, and the husband asked some questions that went unanswered. The wife returned and noticed that her cat was scared and angry with the children. "May we please use the restroom?" The wife looked at the kids, and she finally saw them. The children's eyes were as black as a starless universe. She directed them to the bathroom and returned to her husband, who was covering his face with his hand. "Did you see their eyes?" The husband then showed her his hand, full of blood from a nosebleed. The power suddenly went out, and the house turned pitch black. The wife headed to the restroom and was confronted by the voice of the kids at the end of the hall, uttering, "Our parents are here." The kids then exited the house, leaving the door wide open. The wife then noticed that there were 2 men at the end of the driveway. The men were very tall and slender. The wife waved, but did not receive the same friendly gesture. The 2 men and children then drove away together in one car. The power came back on a little later after the kids left. But throughout the next week, weird things happened in their house. 3 out of 4 cats went missing, and the 4th had been found dead in a pool of its own blood. The husband continued to have nosebleeds and finally went to the doctor, where he was diagnosed with a very aggressive skin cancer. To this day, there are still claims of encounters with the black-eyed children all around the world. It only makes one wonder of the encounters that go unreported from those that did not survive the first encounter with these creatures. So the next time you're in the comfort of your home or the safety of your car, if you hear a knock at your door, be careful, for what may follow may be your end. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and stay spooky, everyone.